Alright, heyo! What's going on, everyone? My name's Arctic, and today we're talking about Raw review. Don't get your pennies in a twist. I guess that logo is gonna change by next week, but we're gonna continue this going on forth. Every week you get a Raw review, and soon to be every week you're gonna get a SmackDown Live review, and I'm gonna make a whole new layout as this has gone for this whole design that I made. I'm going to make a whole new one for SmackDown Live, and that's going to be up tomorrow. But for today, we are talking about what happened last night on Monday Night Raw and what went down and what I think about it, okay? Right out the gates, what a fantastic show. It was a great show for Monday Night Raw. Really did its work with the 3-hour format, and I really hope that this new era ushers in a reason for us to have that 3-hour format. After the review of the actual show that we had last night, I'm going to tell you what I want for next week's show, because this week essentially had build up SummerSlam alone, and now that filled up the 3-hour slot really well. But let's get down to the actual show that we got last night. And man, was it a freaking show! Holy hell! Man, what a show. I think it was one hell of a way to usher in the new era with the new talent that's on Raw and everything going forth. I really hope everything goes well on the Raw side of things. Just get to the results. Oh man. I'm pumped. I'm pumped for this, man. After what we saw last night. You see, the thing with Raw last night is I'm done. That was all just filler, like what I'm saying. Now we're gonna get down to the actual review. Okay, so we start off the night. Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley announced the creation of the WWE Universal Championship. That's probably the dumbest sounding championship I've ever heard in my life. The Universal Championship. That is just... Is there like a reason I have to joke on that? It's just a stupid sounding championship. In my opinion, don't call it the Universal Championship. Title it the World Heavyweight Championship. Don't bring back the big gold belt, but revamp one of the old championship belts. Like my personal, what I think they can do the best is revamp like the undisputed belt, undisputed title, or the Attitude Era WWE Championship, or even the Winged Eagle belt. I believe that could be done pretty well. Just don't call it the Universal Championship. Of course, I'm not gonna joke on it too much until I actually see the belt. But whenever I do get to see the belt, that's when I'm gonna make my full opinion on that in its own sense. But they also announced the 2 Fatal 4-Way matches that were going to happen throughout the night between 8 men to decide who would go on to the main event to face off against Seth, and the winner would face off against Seth Rollins at SummerSlam for the Universal Championship. These 8 men included Finn Balor, Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Rusev, where is it? There it is. Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, and Sheamus. Those 8 men fought in their respective Fatal 4-Ways, and let's get right into it, because Finn Balor, Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Rusev in the first Fatal 4-Way happened right after the announcement. And what a Fatal 4-Way. Because with Fatal 4-Way matches, there's multiple ways it can go. You could either really hate it, really love it, or just anywhere in the middle. Literally anywhere. With the Fatal 4-Way match, you don't know where it's going to go, in your opinion, or in anyone's opinion. But this one was a pretty solid Fatal 4-Way. One of my favorites of recent memory. I really liked it. Not nowhere near as good as the Extreme Rules IC title Fatal 4-Way match. But this one, the only flaw about it is it ended really abruptly, in my opinion. You know, out of nowhere, Finn Balor just ran in and, you know, tore up the house and just destroyed and then finished the match out of nowhere. But it was still a good match, in my opinion. Got the point across. Finn Balor goes on in the main event. Right after that, Nia Jax versus Britt Baker. Squashable jobber in that sense. And, of course, Nia Jax defeats her with 2 leg drops in a minute and 20 seconds. I love that they're bringing back squashable jobbers. Loving that idea, and I can't wait to see it happen more. Just don't overdo it, okay? Do not overdo it. And then you can have a good sense to protect fellow WWE talent, such as people like Curtis Axel, Zack Ryder, or you know, people like that have been classified as jobbers for the past like 5-6 years, and that shouldn't be a thing because there should be a chance for all WWE talent to see where they can go, see where the limit is with the crowd. And Nia Jax really looking like a beast in her Raw debut. And then right after that, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Chris Jericho, and Sheamus face off in their Fatal 4-Way. No, I don't think it's as good as the other Fatal 4-Way match. It was still pretty solid in its own sense. I was personally with every other mark out there that wanted Sami Zayn to win. So that in main event, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, really ushering in that new era feel with it all. But, you know, of course, Roman Reigns is in the match, so he wins and goes on to the main event. So for the main event, we got Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns to decide who's going to face off against Seth Rollins at the main event of SummerSlam. And super pumped for that. That's good. I also forgot to mention that Stephanie McMahon, not really sure about how her mindset is going because she makes fun of how Roman cost the Raw brand the title and then puts him into a spot where he could potentially be number 1 contender for a new title? What? I don't know what's going on there. Anyways, moving on, we got Neville versus Curtis Axel in Neville's returning match after 4 months with a sprained ankle or a fractured ankle, I believe. And man, did Neville look good. I don't believe it was such a squash match like Nia Jax had, but it was still a good match for Neville. Curtis Axel just needs to, you know, get out of that jobber feel, and we will be good. We'll be good with that. But Neville defeats Curtis Axel going forth, and I believe Neville could have a good run with the Cruiserweight division because I believe he classifies as a Cruiserweight, and that was Twitter. Sorry. And then right after that was the New Day celebration for now being the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions of all time. And then, you know, dragged on a little too long in my opinion. You know, brought in a fan that, you know, obviously it was fixed. They had known the guy's name and everything, and it just ran on for a little too long. But then the club came out and surprised us. You know, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson came out and attacked, I believe it was Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, and then Big E, you know, they took him out before they could get to Sunny Boy, I believe his name was, before he ran away into the crowd. Building up a lot of good things right there. I believe that's going to be the club and the New Day going at it at SummerSlam for the tag titles, and I think the club might take the tag titles because they've been booking the club like it like they are such a prestigious tag team. You know, they've won tag team championships everywhere in the world, and I believe that this could be an area where they might take the tag team champions for the WWE. You know, for their first time ever, and see how that goes, and maybe it goes good. You know, I believe that the New Day, it's time to drop the tag titles. You know, make them chase forward again because they're really entertaining, but I don't really care about the tag team championships anymore. You know, give me that fire that the tag team division had. Give me that fire again. I really want it back. And then after that, Sasha Banks versus Charlotte for the WWE Women's Championship. This was a good match for this Raw because it was the first women's championship match on Raw after the brand split. I don't remember if there's a women's championship match on Raw since WrestleMania, since it was classified as the women's championship, but I loved this instant classic of a women's matchup on Raw. What a freaking match, man. Charlotte, just incredible athletic specimen right there. Clearly Ric Flair's daughter, because she is not only the women performer right now, alongside Sasha Banks, of course, but also, man, she can freaking wrestle. Like, she is flipping everywhere. So that gets that part of the wrestling fans out of the way. She can also technically wrestle, as well as tell a story, man. She is the perfect package for a pro wrestler, and she killed it that night. As well as Sasha Banks, man. Sasha Banks can perform her ass off, as well as, are you okay? You landed on your neck just a little bit. You know, I believe she landed on her neck at WrestleMania. So, I mean, chill it with that. Get a little more safe with the suicide dives, Sasha Banks. But, other than that, man, the story they told in that match with Sasha, of course, Charlotte picking up the women's championship. It was also Twitter again, sorry. Shoving it in Sasha Banks' face, saying, "You're never going to win this. You're not going to beat me. Never going to happen." And then gets punched in the face. Dana Brooke comes back, gets Sasha grabs the championship. Dana Brooke walks over, and Sasha throws it in the air. Dana catches it. Classic vintage Eddie Guerrero right there. I loved it. I loved it so much. And it even gave that much little twinkle to the little kid that we saw in Sasha Banks performing last night, as well as when she won the championship from Charlotte. Right after Charlotte said, "You're never going to beat me," over and over and over again, and then she made her tap out in the middle of the ring with the bank statement. What a great match. Instant classic. Great match for the first Raw after the brand split. Man, I personally think the women's division is going to thrive from this, specifically on Raw. We'll get to SmackDown tomorrow, and I'll see what they can do tonight with that. Anyways, right after the women's championship match, we got Braun Strowman for the first time with a new Titantron, new theme, new look for the most part. Got a little haircut and stuff. Really looked like a beast. Another squash jobber match against James Ellsworth. Really weird chin thing going on with him, but oh my God, what a beast! Braun Strowman is looking so strong, and I never thought I'd say this about him ever in my entire life, but man, the guy looks like a freaking monster. He went in there and destroyed that guy, and now it's looking like he is going to be a serious force to reckon with on Raw. I'm seeing it as Rusev, Braun Strowman at SummerSlam. Doesn't sound the most interesting, but if they keep going the way they are with Braun Strowman, maybe give Rusev something to do next week over the course. And then, 2 weeks from now, get them in a rivalry. All's good with that. SummerSlam going at it. And then maybe Braun Strowman can take the U.S. title. Maybe. Let's just see how it goes. Because months ago, I wanted him off my TV. I wanted him out of the WWE. I want him out of my mind. Especially when there was rumors of him facing off against Undertaker at WrestleMania 32. No, he's not that good. But he might be a good big guy. He might be the big guy to thrive the most from this brand split, especially being split from the Wyatt family. I wasn't sure how this was going to go, especially with how, the singles run favored Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Luke Harper had some IC title runs, but Eric Rowan ultimately had nothing. I wasn't sure how it would go with Braun Strowman, but it's looking pretty strong for him, and I'm liking it. Oh, man, anyways, we're back. Hate it when I get interrupted, but that's besides everything. Enzo Amore and Big Cass came out of the random. Thought they were going to give some more time to Finn Balor and Roman Reigns, but I digress. It was a pretty good promo cut from Enzo Amore, I guess. New Enzo. It was fine. And then the Shining Stars Ball people came out. I kind of feel bad for Primo and Epico. They can't really find a good good place to you know, just sit with a good gimmick. I can't really find a good gimmick at all, and it just sucks. But anyways, Shining Stars lose Enzo and Cass with a distraction with R-Truth running around playing Pokemon Go in the middle of the match, and they get distracted and lose via, I believe, a big boot from Cass. And of course, Enzo Amore and Big Cass go over the Shining Stars. That was a filler match. Whatever. Moving on. Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns to see who will advance to face off against Seth Rollins for the WWE Universal Championship at SummerSlam. Still a stupid name. What a match they put on. What a main event. I'm not saying that because I believe Roman Reigns is a good performer. I'm not saying that because I like Roman Reigns. I'm not saying that because I think Finn Balor is one of the greatest of all time. I do, but I'm not saying that because of that. I'm saying Roman Reigns and Finn Balor put on a damn good match because they did. They put on one of the best main events this year has seen, and it's the truth. What a match they put on. Not a match of the year candidate by far, but for free television on Raw, what a freaking match they put on. Of course, with Roman Reigns, having the whole drug violation happening and such, I believe that's why Finn Balor went over clean. Finn Balor defeats Roman Reigns, gives us good hope for what's going to happen with this new era after the brand split, new Raw and everything for Finn Balor. Man, what a debut night he had. It's his birthday. He wins the first match after the brand split, the first match of this whole new Raw ever, and advances to go to the main event, to maybe go to one of the main events of SummerSlam, and then defeats Roman Reigns in his first Raw main event ever, and goes on to face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Man, what a freaking beast. He is such a damn good performer. There's no one else more deserving than Finn Balor to get this sort of treatment. God, what a beast, man. I can't wait to see what he does next week, and the week after that, and the week after that. I'm so pumped for this. This is going to be a great showing. And yeah, there you go. But anyways, that's going to be it for your Raw review for July 25th, 2016. And yeah, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys liked it, please do like and share, support, comment down below. What was your favorite part of Raw last night? What was your least favorite part about Raw last night? And subscribe for more great content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Do me a favor, have yourselves a damn good day, and peace.